Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today we're catching up with Amber, as she apparently was feeling left out that Foodie Beauty was the only one being stalked out. Thank you to Apathetic faxX, as we are watching their video today. I will have their information in the description of my video. Thank you so much to my members in the Skeleton Society, and thank you so much to you, my viewers. If you would consider subscribing, it helps out the channel greatly, trying to make it to 1,000 baddies in the boneyard. All right, let's see what we are in for today, shall we?
The DoorDash update. The DoorDasher update, if you will.
So Apathetic faxX is saying, okay, in case you missed it, in Amber's last video, she practically bragged that our creepy DoorDasher messaged her through the app after dropping off her order and was hitting on her. Yeah, most women know that that's not okay and wouldn't be bragging about that. But of course, Amber's like, yeah, he wanted me. I could tell by the look in his eye. Like, cool.
I DoorDashed ramen because I had no more. And the guy, like, when he handed it to me, because I always go outside and I get my stuff, he winked at me and I was like, oh my God. And I usually, like, can catch a vibe. I could tell when someone's like into me. He literally messaged me and he was like, it was so good to see you. You're so beautiful. And then like he asked if I was single and I was just like, what is happening? I mean, it definitely gave me a little pep in my step. Like I'm literally shook about.
Exactly. A pep in her step. Like she was feeling real good about herself. Tell me you've never received male attention without telling me you've never received male attention. And I don't want to take, without being too graphic, male attention to me really means nothing. Because even if you're a lizard, you're not safe. If you know, you know. But for Amber, of course, she's like over the moon about any and all attention. That's why anytime she's going on and on about, yeah, there was this guy who gave me $20 at the casino, I can just imagine the crusty dusties that are approaching her, and she's just, woo, I'm so sexy, yeah, yeah. Like, get a freaking grip for once. Well, now she's claiming he was her DoorDasher again, and supposedly he messaged her through the app again, taking it even further. Probably because Amber didn't put him in his place the first time or take the necessary steps to have it reported. So I don't want to see her coming on here being like, oh my God, he knows where I live, I'm in danger, which I'm sure is what she's playing.
I was on live stream last Tuesday and people brought up the DoorDasher, how he was like flirting with me. Well, I'm just gonna let you know right now that I have never, since living here, and I've lived here for almost 2 years, I've never had the same DoorDasher. And now all of a sudden, here we are getting the same DoorDasher. I even mentioned it in my live stream. I was like, yes, I have an update on the DoorDasher. That's just a little sneak peek, a little tea. So he ended up being my DoorDasher again. And like I said, I've never had a repeat DoorDasher.
Okay, God, so
get on with it. He handed me my food. This was Monday before my live stream. As I was walking back into my apartment, he yelled, "Are you married?" When I get uncomfortable, like I just automatically say yes. But like, I don't think that he understood me or like he chose to not understand.
I understand that there is a language barrier because the messages she showed before said they were being translated from Spanish, but you're telling me that a Spanish-speaking person living in the state of Oklahoma doesn't understand the word yes? She's so stupid. I'll say this, though. Some men don't care. And they just see that as a hurdle that they need to cross or a boundary that they need to cross. I have been in situations where I've told a man asking me the same question and I've said I was not single and they don't care. They just take that as a sign and blow right past it. So these are the things that to me speak volumes, that shows that Amber has zero experience living as a woman in this world.
Or maybe he didn't hear me. He then messaged me. So he was just messaging me again. And it's like, you know, the first time it was flattering.
My beautiful, nice to see you again. One question, are you married? Please don't leave me on scene. I would like to know why you are so beautiful, and I liked seeing you again.
Oh my God.
You know, that's how people meet. You see someone in person and you go up to them or you compliment them. And that's how people met, like in the olden days before technology. So it's like, to me,
I don't know if she's just pretending to be ignorant or she really is this stupid, but does she understand what a sitting duck that she truly is? And that she really has no way to defend herself. And if this man, God forbid, because I never would wish this on anyone, if he were to actually like try to get in her home and attack her, I mean, she would be basically defenseless. And she's just over here laughing it up, making it content. Like, yeah, it's real funny. And I'm not trying to say this guy has any ill intention. Maybe it is just, he saw someone he was attracted to, didn't have the sense to understand, hey, this isn't the way to go about it, or, using your job as like a doorway to that situation is uncalled for and unprofessional. But I don't know. I guess I just live in reality, and the things I've seen and the things I am exposed to, like in my daily life, in my career, I trust no one. So I'm sketched out, especially for her, a female living alone who has zero physicality, can't defend herself, no weapons, no clue. She's, again, like I said, just a sitting duck.
the first time it wasn't creepy. Like, it was flattering. I could still be flattered as a lesbian by a man complimenting me.
Now, maybe you're new here, or maybe you just need a little refresher, but Amber being flattered by this creepy DoorDasher is nothing new. This is how she reacted to people stalking her.
But I will say, which is something I do want to talk about soon, which I'm surprised I haven't yet, I did have a stalker in Kentucky, and I know all of their information, just saying. So if you're watching, hi, love you. I do want to make something very clear. I will never share their information, but I do know it because
Telling your stalker that you love them and kind of being condescending it's a choice. Not a smart one, but it's a choice, and it's Amber, so what else would we expect?
your girl is intuitive and she felt something, she felt the energy, and it's just a whole story. It's a whole story time. Like, sexuality has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, no, you're super intuitive. That explains why every decision that you've ever made is just oh my God. I want to know, how has she survived this long? How has she made it to almost 35? Because I would love to live in whatever reality Amber lives in for just a day. Because it really does seem like ignorance is bliss sometimes, you know?
A compliment is a compliment, and it's like, it's always greatly appreciated. But then when it happened the second time, that's when I started realizing, like, okay, that's like a little much. But you guys won't even believe it. If you remember on Tuesday, when I got the poke bowl, it was him again. For the third time in a row. I've never had...
Here's an idea. If you are so concerned about this man and how he's reoccurring now in your life, maybe switch apps that you're using. If you're so worried about it, you could report him to the app. I feel like there is a lot of different delivery options if she is going to deliver, which we know she's going to, where you can order directly from the store. Like I said, other delivery apps. Or here's an idea. Cook your own food.
a repeat DoorDasher. It's just never happened. And I know this because I always go out and I receive my DoorDash like person to person. The fact that I had him for the third time in a row, and this is where, to me, the boundaries have been overcrossed. Like the first time it was fine. Second time it was like, okay, maybe he really was trying to shoot his shot like super hardcore. So this time we didn't really say anything to each other. Like I just grabbed my stuff and I like booked out. I was like, bye, you know, really.
Bitch, you didn't book it anywhere. You maybe waddled away at a slightly... You maybe waddled away at a slightly more anxious pace than normal, but let's not kid ourselves, okay? You could not run away from an attacker or someone trying to get you for anything. You don't have a chance. You're only... That's gonna sound so mean. Your only benefit is that he's not gonna be able to kidnap you, so he can't carry you away anywhere, but other than that, not good.
Quick. I didn't want to have like any correspondence at all. Like the first time there was no correspondence. Second time he just asked if I was married. I said yes. This time I said nothing. And he ended up messaging me again. And I'm going to show that screenshot here.
Wow, it's you. Heart eye emoji's beautiful. When will you be able to thank me? Or tell me if you're single?
This time, the part where it's like, when are you going to thank me? That's weird energy. I mean, to me, that felt like sexual. Like, when are you?
Here's an idea. Maybe instead of just letting him talk to himself, you could make one simple statement of leave me alone or something of the like. Like, I don't know the exact verbiage to use, but you could make a very simple to the point statement. Because I can see where maybe he's thinking, ignorantly, of course, that you're trying to play hard to get because you keep ordering. He's probably like, well, she wants to see me again. She just keeps ordering 3 times a day, so she wants me to show up. No, I'm not trying to say Amber's calling this upon herself, but she's doing everything but the steps that she needs to do to handle business, and I'm not surprised. She's incapable of any adult action, but
I don't know. I could be like reading into it wrong, but the fact that it's happened 3 times is weird. I don't know if there's a way to like request not to have like a certain driver anymore. I don't know if he's doing this to other women or if I'm just the only one, but that's like also hard to believe.
no, honey, you're special. He saw your 600-pounder life and was like, that's the one for me, baby.
That I would be the only one, because why me? I had to turn my Snapchat off. I had to make it private because I constantly got hit on by men. It was literally constant. And
Wiener shots. Any woman that's ever had a dating profile in her existence, I don't care if you've got a picture of you looking like a potato. I don't care if it says you're 95 years old. I don't care if you don't have a profile photo at all. You will get swarmed by messages from men. So the fact that Amber thinks she's some unique case in this, again, she has obviously no idea what it is like to be a woman in this world.
it's not even just online, but it's like even in real life. My whole thing is like, if I message DoorDash and I tell them about this, I'm afraid he's gonna lose his job. I don't want to be the person that makes someone lose an income. So I would hate to be the person, DoorDash gets a hold of this and then they're like, oh my God, we can't have this guy work here anymore, so he's not allowed. Like, that also scares me. What if DoorDash is like, this person said you were making her uncomfortable and you were harassing her, so now you can't work for us anymore. Wonder if he gets mad.
Maybe that person needs to be reported so that this doesn't keep happening to other women and the situation were to escalate to something more dangerous.
And comes and finds me. I'm almost afraid to order DoorDash, which could be a good thing because
hey,
doesn't
maybe
need to
that's
happen as
what you
frequently
need,
as she
girl.
does. What happens if I get him a 4th time and it happens again? And this is just like a repeat thing. Should I just ignore it? Like, I'm gonna finish getting ready. I'm going to glow in the dark bingo today and I'm super, super freaking excited. It's like my favorite day.
All the x-rays, and they show us a tooth up here under her nose. Like, it was the weirdest thing. He's like, oh, you got a tooth up there, it's just chilling, it's no problem. And I'm like, and I'm looking at it going, oh my god, a filled tooth, it's like a full-grown tooth. She seen.
Okay, so I'm assuming she has to be talking about Amber.
Like she was loaded, but she wasn't. She was just strictly fear. But she like, oh yeah, I was loud. 2 teeth on one side, 1 tooth on one side. And I was like, gosh, what a terrible mom. I never noticed my daughter had 2 teeth and 1 tooth. We went to the carnival. George bought the biggest stuffed animal you could. Yeah. And we had it hanging above her crib. Behind her teeth, they were so rotten. It's called baby bottle syndrome. They were so rotten you couldn't tell that she was making her own cap by pulling the fur off the bear and putting it in the holes.
That's horrifying. I'm going to put this as plainly as I can. Like I said, in my experience in life, I've been exposed to many, many things because of my career. There is still one thing to this day that eats me alive to my core, and it's anything that has to do with neglect and abuse of children. Obviously, there's other things too, but that's really, truly at the core of my soul. Hearing things about little kids and enduring neglect and abuse, it truly, truly eats me alive. So, yeah, that makes me feel incredibly sad.
So when she sucked her bottle, it didn't hurt. Oh,
That's smart.
Isn't that weird?
Damn, I'm smart even at 4.
So as soon as I noticed, like, of course I take her to dentist and everything. They're like, well, we're
Also, having a bottle at 4. Okay.
gonna have to pull those 2 teeth. I'm like, what? When she came back, Mom, she had 2 big silver teeth, and I bawled. I was like, oh, cool. I didn't like it. Fix it. So they took her back. 2 enamel squares on top of the silver tooth. They handed her to me so like, well, yeah. You know, she is loaded. I might have been a little jealous. I don't know. She'll be okay once she could suck on this popsicle. I was like, oh, you give Amber a popsicle, she could come right out.
I mean, I'm glad they can find the humor in that situation now, but I don't find anything funny about it. To me, it's just incredibly sad, and addiction is a terrible thing. And when kids are affected, I mean, it's hard enough for the addict themselves, not to get too preachy here, but when kids are affected, it's one of the worst things that I think humanity has created. So, all right, well, like I said, I'm glad they're not. I mean, what are you gonna do? Sit around and cry about it, I guess. But I don't know. That was just kind of a disturbing story, and I don't know why Amber put that in her video, just to make us all uncomfortable, make us all feel sorry for her, make her mom look like shit. I don't get it.
All right, you guys, we have a Torrid try-on haul. I did haul these dresses.
Okay, now I actually like this dress. On Amber, not so much, and definitely not with that stupid print underlay. It just makes it look gaudy as hell, but that's her go-to look. So
Is in my last vlog. I was nervous to try on these dresses because for some reason, like, I didn't think they were gonna fit. But look.
Yeah, because you've gained a lot of weight. We understand.
They fit. And they fit good. Like, you guys know me. I kind of like it a little tight.
God, those arms. Bitch, don't say you like a little tight, okay? That's your option.
I don't know. But look how cute. I love it.
It's not. She looks like she was just getting out of breath just tying that.
Look how cute that is. Stop. If I don't like these ties, I could just cut them off. Like, cut up your clothes. No one's stopping you. Cut it up, girl. But try to guess, what 2 dresses do I end up wearing?
Yeah, I look like a big cherry.
Big? And you guys, look, this is actually cute.
Now this one I like too, but on Amber, mm-mm, mm-mm. But you know, to be completely fair, I don't know what she could put on her body that would be flattering. Her body is so misproportioned, and I don't want to say deformed, but that is kind of the reality. Her body is not the normal shape of a human body anymore. So I guess to her, just anything that's going to actually cover her, that's what you got to go with. 'Cause it's not like she can tailor her clothes. What, accentuate her freaking liver roll? Like, so as I'm sitting here saying I don't like it on her, I don't know what I would like on her. So guess that's the point I'm trying to make.
What 2 dresses do I end up wearing for the last 2 days of this vlog?
And let me be clear. I think that large, morbidly obese people need clothing. And I think everyone deserves to feel good in their skin, in what they're wearing. But again, it's just hard to dress that type of body because there's no cuts that are going to flatter. And so I guess she's just, it's the old dresses for shirts because that's what she has to do. But I don't know. I don't know anymore. It just looks like a bag hanging off a large, round mass.
I just feel like this is such a perfect haul. I'm obsessed with these dresses. I'm wearing the cherries. It's just very big. But
That looks bad. It's just very big, you guys. It's very big. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think anything is big on you, Amber, because you're ordering the biggest sizes and they're barely fitting. And most garments aren't going to be skin tight on you, especially when you have to move and sit. Because if that in the back was skin tight on her, it would rip off of her as soon as she did anything.
It's just very big.
My God, there's so much room, you guys.
I'll make do.
Yeah, because we don't have to see every freaking crevice of your back. Okay. She's so annoying. Like, she is just insufferable. But thankfully, to Apathetic faxX, it was cut down so we didn't have to endure quite as much. So, and thank you to you for your support of my teeny tiny channel. All your comments, all your likes, all your subscribes truly mean the world to me. I see all of you BBs and I truly enjoy making these videos for you and I hope you like them too. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.